The night Ikena died, something strange happened. At least, that was what the people who lived near his estate said. Long after midnight, when the city had fallen silent and most lights had gone out, a cool breeze began moving through the streets. Not the kind that comes before rain. Not the kind that carries dust. This one felt different. Gentle. Calm. Almost alive. The leaves swayed. The trees bowed. The curtains in nearby homes danced softly. And somewhere in the darkness, a dog howled. Then another. As though the world itself knew something had changed. As though a chapter had ended. By sunrise, the news spread across the country. And millions of people suddenly stopped what they were doing. Because Ikena was gone. The man they criticized. The man they misunderstood. The man they judged. The man they thought they knew. And only after his death did the truth emerge. Only after his death, the world discovered who Ikena truly was. Long before the fame. Long before the cameras. Long before the billboards and movie premieres. There was simply a boy named Ikena. He grew up in a modest city. Not one of the cities people talked about on television. Not one of the places tourists visited. Just an ordinary place filled with ordinary people. But there was nothing ordinary about Ikena. Even as a child, he was different. Not because he was handsome. Though he was. Not because he was gifted. Though he was. People loved him because of his heart. If an old woman needed help carrying groceries, Ikena would help. If a neighbor's child was sick, Ikena would visit. If someone's roof was damaged after a storm, Ikena would be among the first people climbing ladders to fix it. He gave without expecting anything in return. And somehow, everybody knew it. The mothers adored him. The fathers trusted him. The children followed him. The girls dreamed about him. The entire neighborhood watched him grow into a remarkable young man. But nobody imagined how far life would take him. Not even Ikena himself. One afternoon changed everything. A talent scout spotted him during a local event. At first, Ikena laughed. Modeling. That wasn't his dream. That wasn't his plan. But after weeks of encouragement, he accepted a small photo shoot. The pictures exploded. Agencies started calling. Brands started noticing him. Soon, one modeling contract became 5. 5 became 10. Then came television. Then advertisements. Then movies. And once the camera found Ikena, it never wanted to let him go. The screen loved him. Audiences loved him. Directors loved him. Within a few years, he had become one of the biggest actors in the country. People lined up just to see him. Movie premieres shut down entire streets. Women screamed when he appeared. Men admired him. Children wanted to be like him. His star was rising. And it seemed nothing could stop it. But fame always has a shadow. And that shadow was waiting. The higher Ikena rose, the louder the rumors became. People who had never met him suddenly had opinions about him. Blogs invented stories. Comment sections became battlefields. Social media became a courtroom. And one accusation refused to disappear. They called him many things. Among them was a rumor that followed him everywhere. A rumor that questioned who he was. A rumor that tried to define him. Some people believed it. Others didn't. But the damage was done. The headlines traveled faster than the truth ever could. And no matter how much good he did, the rumors always seemed louder. Then came the woman he loved. A beautiful woman who made him believe he had finally found peace. He proposed. He dreamed of marriage. He imagined a future. But before the wedding could happen, she publicly rejected him. The story spread everywhere. People mocked him. The media celebrated the drama. And once again, Ikenna became a headline. But while the world laughed, he quietly walked away. Without revenge. Without bitterness. Without hate. He simply kept moving forward. What nobody knew was that the real Ikenna lived far away from cameras. Away from interviews. Away from social media. The real Ikenna spent nights paying hospital bills for strangers. The real Ikenna secretly funded scholarships. The real Ikenna bought wheelchairs. Paid rent. Paid school fees. Built homes. Fed families. And never told anyone. One widow later revealed that Ikenna paid her children's school fees for 7 years. A young man revealed that Ikenna funded his university education. A sick child revealed that Ikenna paid for surgery. A struggling actor revealed that Ikenna gave him money when nobody else would. And there were hundreds more. Maybe thousands. Nobody knew. Because he never announced it. He never posted it. He never used charity for publicity. He simply helped. Then moved on. Despite his fame, one thing mattered more than everything else. Family. His mother. His siblings. They were his entire world. No award mattered more. No movie mattered more. No fame mattered more. Whenever he traveled, he called them. Whenever he succeeded, he celebrated with them. Whenever life became difficult, he returned to them. His mother remained his anchor. His safe place. His home. And everyone close to him knew it. Then one day, the calls became fewer. The appearances became rarer. The interviews stopped. The public thought he was resting. Some assumed he was preparing for a new project. Others thought he was avoiding attention. Nobody knew the truth. Ikenna was fighting a battle. A private battle. A painful battle. One he chose to keep away from public eyes. Only his family knew. Only his closest circle knew. And every day, he fought. Quietly. Bravely. Silently. Until one night, the fight ended. When news of his death broke, it felt impossible. People refused to believe it. Then came confirmation. And suddenly the world stopped. Social media froze. Television stations interrupted programming. Radio stations discussed nothing else. Fans cried. Strangers cried. Entire communities mourned. And then something extraordinary happened. Stories began emerging. One after another. Then hundreds. Then thousands. People started revealing things IKUKU had done for them. Things nobody knew. Things he never spoke about. The world discovered that the man they spent years judging had spent those same years helping people. Quietly. Faithfully. Without applause. Without recognition. Without reward. His funeral looked less like a burial and more like the farewell of a king. People traveled from distant places. Roads were filled. Churches overflowed. Crowds stood in silence. Many carried flowers. Others carried tears. Everyone carried memories. And as his coffin passed, a strange calm settled over the crowd. Because for the first time, nobody was talking about rumors. Nobody was talking about headlines. Nobody was talking about gossip. They were talking about kindness. About generosity. About love. About impact. About legacy. The things that truly matter. Years later, people still tell stories about him. Not because he was famous. Not because he was handsome. Not because he was a superstar. But because he reminded the world of something important. A person's greatest achievement is not the awards they win. It is the lives they touch. And though IKUKU's voice grew silent, his kindness never did. Though his body was buried, his legacy was not. And though the man was gone, the breeze would live forever.